Joining us now, BYU linebacker star Fred Warner. Fred, how do you feel about Jarom's Ty Detmer impersonation?
What's up, Fred?
It's pretty good at Ty Detmer, right?
No, you're not. You don't have the accent that Ty has, so.
No?
No. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No.
You're the only one that said that.
No, you did all right. You did all right.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Is that how you assess your teammates' play as well?
What?
Like, that was all right.
No, my teammates are all ballers. So
they're awesome.
Yeah, they're all awesome.
I see how this beginning of this interview is going.
You're gonna be all right though. How do you wear that? I don't know how both of y'all are wearing those short sleeves right now.
Well, I got challenged by Elisa Tuiaki. I want to put my sweatshirt back on, but
he was just over here. Where'd he go? Never mind.
Listen, this is our game though. Like, our show is our game, right? You get out there, you're not wearing long sleeves.
You're right.
This is our game.
Yeah,
so you're in chill mode right
Coach
now.
Lamb would be proud of what y'all are doing right now because he doesn't like the long sleeves.
Well, he was proud of us until he saw the circumference of our arms. He said the circumference of our arms isn't where it should be.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I love that.
You can work on it.
That's hilarious. We're super weak and have small arms. That's hilarious.
I'm sorry, guys. Hey, man, you just gotta get in the weight room a little bit. That's all. Hard work and dedication.
And nutrition. And
nutrition,
psychology. And all of
lots of protein.
Caloric values need to go Caloric values is what Ed Lamb said. Tell us about your new hairdo here.
Just wanted to change it up for the bowl game in San Diego. So
describe it for the radio audience.
Just braided it up. Not much to describe, but yeah, no more afro. So yeah.
No more afro, Fred Warner. I think it's as good as
people. That's the only thing that people really know me by is the afro hair. So they might not recognize me in the game or anything. So
is this strange for you to be back? Essentially in your hometown.
Is it strange?
Yeah. How does this feel?
It feels great. The weather before it got all cold over here for some reason, it felt great. But just being able to play in front of my hometown is gonna be fun.
What's it like for you and Troy to be back here in a place where BYU was here in 2012? Now they're back in the Point Stadium. Yeah,
I remember all that hype, especially around Kyle in that game. But I'm excited, obviously, with Troy to be back here. We stopped at our house yesterday. It was fun. It's good to be back.
Did you go to that game?
I did not. No, I didn't really. When was that? I think that was after. Yeah, that was my senior year. No, 2012 was my junior year. So I didn't go. No.
Was BYU a major player in the mix at the time?
I don't think so. It might have been.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might have just. They just started talking to me after that game.
Because you were in on USC at the time. Who else was involved?
I think that was further down the line.
Oh, okay.
End of my junior year is when I started getting recruited by.
So BYU
schools.
Played near you, and you barely paid attention. And then later you were like, okay, BYU.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it that eventually swung you on playing for BYU? Now that you look back on it, and you're like, holy cow, I've been here for 3 full seasons.
Man, this question, I've never got this
You've
one
never
before.
Had this
I've never
question,
had this one before.
Yeah.
No. What swung me here?
But not in 2016.
Not in 2016. You would think, but no. I visited when I had my visit there. Shortly after my offer, that's when I committed. So that's when I fell in love with it and everything.
Fred, I was teeing you up so that you would say, well, really it was BYUtv and BYU Sports Nation.
Oh, man, that's so they took me to the building and everything.
The bait, man. Why else would I ask you that question? Why else would I ask you that question in 2016? I wanted you to tell us that we're great.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Enough
in front
about
of the people.
us. Let's talk about you. Okay.
About me.
Who's the most likely to have a Kyle Van Noy-like game against Wyoming?
See, I think you're setting me up for that question, too. Come on, man. All right, next question. No, I'm playing. Let's see. Troy Warner.
Troy Warner.
Yeah.
Troy.
He'll have the sack for a touchdown. The pick
blitz.
Six. The corner blitz. Yeah. We have one of those in stock. So hopefully Wyoming isn't listening to this. But
they know at some point that BYU may or may not send a corner blitz. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. Wyoming has some dudes that can play, man. Brian
Absolutely.
Hill, this running back's really good. Tanner Gentry, Josh Allen, the quarterback. What do you think of the Cowboys?
They're very good. For some reason, I think the fans just don't really know much about them, and so if they hear the word Wyoming, they kind of they're not very interested. But if you see them on film, they're a very good team. They play for a conference championship this year, and you mentioned those names. They have some good players on their team.
How has BYU changed the defensive game plan specifically for Wyoming compared to the other 12 regular season games you've played?
I think we've played a lot of spread teams this year, and Wyoming's going to want to run the ball in the pro formation. So just making sure that we have our mindset right for the game and being able to stop the run, that's going to be key for us.
What do we have to do while we're here?
Here in San
Diego, yeah. Your home this is your crib, man. What do we have to do?
I think you gotta be in the water a little bit when it gets when it's not as cold.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the main thing because there's no beach in Utah. I think there is the little lake, but not a beach.
Are you mocking Utah Lake right now?
Sorry, it's not. Hey, I don't claim it. I can't claim Utah.
Fred, it's okay.
Even though I've been there for a few years.
You're right.
It's okay. You can do that.
All right.
Also, we need to get on the Torrey Pines golf course somehow, Jarom.
Yeah, we would like that. Do you know anybody?
I heard that's pretty. Do I know anybody?
With Torrey Pines?
Hey, man. I'm from San Marcos. I'm not from Torrey Pines. So.
Mission Hills, baby.
Yep.
Fred, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Thank you.
We're looking
good
forward
to be
the
here,
game
man.
On Wednesday. And thanks for being a good sport about our special questions.
Yeah, the special
you know we bring it, man.
Yeah, man.
Wyoming's going to bring it more than we do, though.
All right.
We'll see
Thanks, Fred.
No problem.